UNSHAKEN, Episode 6. Attention fades, gravity remains. You're listening to the Nomad Build with Angel Lopez, where we rebuild life from the ground up. One choice, one mindset, one breakthrough at a time. Because freedom is built, not bought. Most men today aren't chasing success. They're chasing attention, likes, views, approval, reactions, validation, and they mistake noise for power. But here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. The men you actually respect aren't trying to be seen. They're busy becoming undeniable. Attention is easy to get. You can shock people. You can talk loud. You can posture. You can flex. You can say controversial things with no substance behind them. Attention responds to novelty, but novelty dies fast. Respect is different. Respect doesn't show up because you demanded it. It shows up because you earned it quietly over time. That's why so many men feel empty, even when people are watching them. They're being noticed, but not trusted. And deep down, they can feel the difference. When you need attention, you give away control. Your mood becomes reactive. Your identity becomes negotiable. Your direction becomes unclear. You start adjusting yourself based on how people respond. If they clap, you lean in. If they ignore you, you spiral. If they criticize you, you either explode or retreat. That's not enough. That's dependence. A man who needs validation is always one comment away from losing his frame. Here's the difference between attention and gravity. Attention screams, "Look at me." Gravity says, "Watch what happens when I walk away." Gravity is quiet. It doesn't explain itself. It doesn't beg. It doesn't chase. It's built through consistency, competence, calm under pressure, long-term execution, repeated proof. Gravity doesn't need promotion. It pulls. Look at the men who actually carry weight. They don't overtalk. They don't posture. They don't explain themselves to everyone. They move deliberately. They speak precisely. They act consistently. That silence isn't weakness. It's confidence backed by evidence. They don't need to tell you who they are. You feel it. Every man goes through a phase where no one is paying attention. No one is clapping. No one is validating him. No one sees the effort. Most men quit there. They assume it means they're failing. But that season isn't punishment. It's training. It's where gravity is forged. Because when no one is watching, you're forced to answer one question. Will you still show up when it doesn't feed your ego? That's where most men break. And that's where strong men separate. When you chase attention, you rush outcomes. You skip foundations. You perform instead of build. You optimize for short-term reactions. And then you wonder why respect feels unstable, opportunities don't stick, people don't rely on you, momentum collapses. Attention gives you a moment. Gravity gives you a life. Gravity forms slowly, not in days, not in weeks, not in viral moments. It forms through showing up when it's boring, executing when it's inconvenient, improving when no one notices, staying calm when others panic, keeping your word when it costs you. Every quiet win adds weight. Every silent standard compounds. One day, people start listening differently, looking differently, moving differently around you. Not because you asked, but because your presence changes the room. Most men think, if people saw what I was doing, they'd respect me. No. People respect what lasts. They respect what holds under pressure. They respect what doesn't collapse when tested. They respect what doesn't need applause to function. You don't need attention. You need structure. You need consistency. You need self-respect. Gravity comes from solidity. Let's end this clean. Attention fades. Trends die. Crowds move on. Gravity doesn't. Gravity pulls opportunity. Gravity attracts respect. Gravity creates leverage. Gravity makes your silence louder than the other men's noise. So stop chasing attention. Build something heavy. Build something calm. Build something unshakable. And let the world come to you. Thank you for listening. If this message hit you, like it and share it with someone that needs to hear it. This is Angel Lopez with the Nomad Build. Until next time, keep building.